Good morning. I'm Pastor Pete Seiferth from Northminster Presbyterian Church, and it's Friday morning, April 16th, and it's time for our daily devotional. I am here in our Northminster courtyard, and I've grown accustomed these days, as maybe you have if you've gone out to the store or done essential things, to wearing this mask. I really like the one I have here. It's something that someone made for us. It's simple, it's comfortable, and one of the reasons I wear it isn't just because people are around or I'm around people, it's also allergy season. And one of the things I've noticed is that I'm starting to cough and wheeze, not because of a viral infection, but because it's something that happens every April. I remember one year I was asked to do a wedding, and it was an outdoor wedding in April, and one of the things I'm most allergic to are Palo Verde trees. And as I showed up to the wedding venue, it was an outdoor wedding, I walked to the space, and sure enough, the vows were going to be exchanged underneath a giant flowering Palo Verde tree in full yellow bloom. I almost just walked away. Well, this time of year, if you're like me, you're starting to maybe get a sore throat or nasal drip or something like that. And for those of us accustomed to seasonal allergies, we realize this. We prepare for it. I've gotten to know what kinds of things I need to take to help me with that. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it's a famous section. I wanted to read it today. And it reminds us about the seasons and that there is a season for everything. Chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones, a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken away from it. God does it so that people will fear him. And when it says that people would fear him, it would be that people wouldn't be afraid, but that people would honor him, and people would live for him, that live for his glory. God's desire in any time, especially in this time of staying inside and isolating, is that we would find a way to give God glory, no matter what the circumstance. We are Easter people, remember? And God has sent his son Jesus into the world to live and to die for us, to be raised in glory, even ascended to heaven, so that we might have that access through his Spirit to worship, to give him glory, and to have a lens that understands what season that it is that we're in. We could be in any kind of different season in our lifetime, but the fact remains the same, that God has made us for the same purpose. And his desire is for us to find our joy in him and to give glory to him and to spread this good news. He has set eternity in the human heart. Not only has he given us a longing and a desire for eternity, he has opened up a way to eternal life through Christ, his cross, through the resurrection. I hope you have a really great day. No matter what the day has for you, that you would sense God's presence, you would sense God's timing and how it is that you can have eternity in your heart today and to live for him. And I look forward to worship on Sunday.